how's it going? How are you feeling? Good, actually. It's felt good to move and have a place to point my focus towards. I'll admit, I think I'm actually feeling a little calmer in my days. Great, well, let's keep this rolling. Next movement. All right, well, now that we have the foundation, upper body, not yet. Today we're gonna do a clockwork squat. Another squat? Yep, only this time we're gonna add the focus of developing a quality while we're at it. A quality? What do you mean? Well, you could think about, my legs are gonna get strong or well-defined, or I'm gonna feel the burn, which will happen. And that may work for some. For many though, sticking to exercise consistently is a struggle that requires overcoming mental and emotional blocks that we're often facing in our day-to-day lives. So if we attach the quality that we feel we need the most at this time to our workouts, we anchor it. We actually anchor it in the action of the effort that we are making to strengthening it in our lives. For example, maybe we need more compassion or courage, perseverance, patience, love, detachment, acceptance. Sorry, what was that? Acceptance. I need greater acceptance of the external influences that I can't control. I need greater acceptance of the fact that those influences are not going to change. Instead, I need to change how I'm affected by them, how I perceive them. I need greater acceptance that I've been overwhelmed, that I've been hiding. And right now, I need to focus on what's most important. That right now, I need to do these dang leg exercises. All right, let's not lose another minute then. All right, so our clockwork squat. The clockwork squat is the swing of the club bell and a squat from side to side, going left to right, back and forth. We're gonna start in our foundational stance. So again, tall through the crown. We wanna think long spine from the top of our head to our tailbone. So long spine, top to tail. And then we're also going to make sure that our shoulders are packed. We don't want our shoulders hugging up around our ears. We want to compress the shoulders down. Elbows start out at 90-degree angles. We're going to have our core engaged, so slight pull in of the navel and exhale to feel that compression. Now I can still breathe. I'm not holding my breath. We've just engaged the core. We tuck the tailbone underneath, so we don't want our butt sticking out. Just drop the tail. That helps us maintain our long spine and slightly soft knees. If you lock your knees out, there'll be a tendency. It's much harder to tuck in. So you want to have soft knees, not bent, but soft. So from here, we're going to go out into a swing to the side. Now, as we're going out to the side and we're going to swing through the range, we want to make sure that we extend our arms out straight. I've spoken to this before. We don't want to be dropping the club bell at a short distance so that it's jerking on our elbows and our wrists. That's going to cause damage over the long haul. You also want to ensure that as you're going through the swing, we've got that lock on both arms all the way through, because having the arms bent as we're going through the movement is just taking all of the force of the club bell and it's leaking at the elbow joint. So all the force that this is supposed to be applying to our whole body is being applied to the soft tissues of our elbows. And over time, that can cause damage. So we want to lock the elbows out. And remember, with all two-handed work, there's a short arm and a long arm. When I'm here, the long arm is the arm that reaches closest to the cone, and the short arm is the one up near the knob and causes the bend. So we have to take extra special care to drive pack that shoulder and lock that elbow out as I turn that elbow pit forward as best as I can to keep that locked out. It is slightly wonky on both sides. That's why we do it with a grip on each side. So we do it with the grip on the one side and then you do it with the grip to balance out. But you're gonna have much more damage if you don't lock out. If you keep this bent, that's gonna cause you problems down the road. So from here, we're going to launch the club bell out to the side and it's gonna swing through. Now, as I swing through, you're gonna feel the shift, the momentum from right to left. So as I'm here, as I launch out, I'm leaning back slightly. I'm leaning back slightly from the weight just to counterbalance enough, which then pulls the weight down through its arc. As it comes down in front, I am then shifting over as the weight is coming back up. So from here, you're gonna feel a greater degree of pressure through your left foot. And then as it comes across, it's going to switch over to your right. And what's happening is there's actually inside your structure, there's a spiral action that's happening. So from here, your left foot is spiraling into the ground as it presses into the ground, shifts over to this side, and the spiral then shifts into this foot as you drive the foot through. And as you drive the foot through, that's gonna bring the weight up. This is gonna make all these little details help you able to handle a lot more weight, which then you get a greater training effect out of. So through, over to the other side. At its weightless point, when it's coming off to the side, when it's weightless and it's coming back up, that's when we draw it in. And from here, what we're going to do is as we draw it in, we're then going to absorb the club bell onto our trap. It's not going right onto the shoulder. We don't want this landing on the bony part of your shoulder. That's gonna hurt. We want it on the trap, on the soft, big muscle of your neck. So as it's coming through, it's gonna come up and I'm going to start to drop down as the club bell is starting to come down so that I absorb. We don't want to drop too soon that I drop and then the club bell kind of jams down onto us. We want to meet the club bell and absorb it as we come down. Very important is your hips and knees are going to stay straight ahead while your upper body, your torso, is going to be turned at a 45-degree angle. Not bent in your back 45-degree angle, straight. We're still keeping that long spine, top to tail. So from here, we come through in the squat. My knees and my hips are still straight forward, but I'm turned at a 45-degree angle so that I can meet the club bell. It also allows for proper shoulder pack and elbow lock to be maintained throughout. Whereas if it's coming out to the side, you're running into a bit more problem. This just ensures that we're structurally sound. So you're gonna absorb, and then from here, you then come up, and as you drive your feet into the ground, you're going to launch the club bell out, and not out at the 45-degree angle that your body is facing. So you're not pushing it straight out, because when it comes swinging back down, it's 45-degree angle back at you. So you come down, legs are straight, body's turned 45, and then you launch out to the side. Again, through, nice and soft. This shouldn't be jamming down onto your shoulder, absorbing as you come through. And part of the manipulation of the club bell from swung out to onto your shoulder is that complementary grip. Just pulling on the one hand, pushing on the other, and vice versa as you go back and forth. It's a light touch. And so what happens is you're really using the drive of your hip and your legs. Massive leg drive in here, going back and forth for your clockwork squat. All good? All good.